Did you know that animation in Africa dates back to the 1930s, far earlier than most people realize? This isn't just a post-colonial import, it's a vibrant, complex art form with deep roots and incredible potential. Today, we're diving into the largely untold history of African animation, exploring its pioneers, its struggles, and its powerful impact on culture and identity. The story begins not in Hollywood or Tokyo, but in places like Egypt and the Belgian Congo, now the Democratic Republic of Congo. As early as the 1930s, artists experimented with diverse techniques: puppets, metamorphic drawings, photographic montages, and even sculptures brought to life. These early efforts, often overlooked in mainstream animation history, laid the groundwork for what was to come. These animation techniques deviated from that of European indexical filmmaking. Now, let's jump ahead to the mid-20th century and meet a true pioneer, Moustapha Alassane from Niger. In 1966, he created La Mort de Ganji, or The Death of Ganji, widely recognized as one of the first animated films from Africa. But even before that, Alassane created Bon Voyage Sim, also in 1966. This short from West Africa features a political comic narrative with an amphibious protagonist. Alassane's work, often blending humor with social commentary, established the foundation for future generations of African animators. He showed the world that animation could be a powerful tool for storytelling and cultural expression, right from the African continent. Moving into the 21st century, we see a surge of creativity and innovation across Africa. In Nigeria, Untold Studios, founded by Niyi Ekimeleyan, has been at the forefront of this movement. Their animated short, Malika, Warrior Queen, based on Roy Okube's graphic novel, is a testament to the growing popularity and potential of African animation. Set in 15th century West Africa, Malika tells a compelling story of a warrior queen, drawing inspiration from African history and mythology. The project's success, raising over $20,000 via Kickstarter, demonstrates the international interest in African stories and the power of crowdfunding to support creative endeavors. In Rwanda, Eloise Shioka's The Chronicles of Nam offers a poignant and powerful animated portrayal of the Rwandan genocide. This film highlights the ability of animation to tackle difficult and sensitive subjects, offering a unique perspective and fostering dialogue around important historical events. Animation provides a safe and creative space to explore trauma and remember the past. South Africa has emerged as a hub for educational animation, with Sunrise Productions' Ubongo Kids leading the way. This series, launched in 2013, educates children on math and environmental conservation in a fun and engaging way. Ubongo Kids demonstrates the potential of animation to promote education and empower young people across the continent. In Ghana, Jesse Sonko-Mills is reimagining historical figures through animation. Projects like Asantewa, Rise and The Guardians bring to life the stories of heroes like Ya Asantewa, the leader of the 1900 War of the Golden Stool against British colonialism. These animations not only entertain but also educate and inspire, reminding audiences of their rich cultural heritage. In Kenya, Africa's Legends mobile app is extending the reach of African animation with animated superheroes based on African myths. This digital extension allows audiences to engage with these stories in new and interactive ways. From Nigeria comes Red Origins, an example of Afroanime. African animation isn't just about preserving the past, it's also about envisioning the future. But the significance of African animation goes far beyond entertainment. It serves as a vital tool for cultural preservation, education, and even political commentary. Unlike live-action film, animation's flexibility allows for subversive content to bypass censorship. Early animators often concealed socio-political critiques in fantastical forms, such as parodic comics, allegorical myths, or social realist content disguised as children's stories. This tradition of using animation to address sensitive issues continues today, with films like The Chronicles of Nam tackling the Rwandan genocide and Malika exploring internal threats to African societies. African animation is also playing a crucial role in preserving endangered cultural heritage. By leveraging artistic practices like oral storytelling, visual metaphors, and myths, animators are ensuring that these traditions are passed down to future generations. The rise of African animation has also sparked academic interest, with the emergence of African animation studies as a field of research. This academic attention is helping to challenge the global film marginalization of Africa and promote a more inclusive understanding of animation history. Today, contemporary African animation is driving cultural preservation, education, and global soft power. Studios like Nigeria's Anthill and Ghana's Efforts by Sonko Mills are producing Afrocentric content that is being exported via platforms like Kickstarter, YouTube, and apps. Educational tools like Ubongo Kids are reaching millions of children across 40 African countries, teaching them STEM subjects in local languages. The industry is also witnessing a renaissance in distinct aesthetics, drawing inspiration from Debole patterns, West African textiles, and other African cultural elements. This unique visual style is fueling festivals, co-productions, and the development of Afrofuturist games and anime. By the 2020s, African animation is increasingly challenging Western dominance in the global animation landscape, with creators gaining international acclaim, boosting economies, and creating youth employment in digital hubs like Lagos and Nairobi. Despite its growing success, African animation still faces several challenges. One of the biggest is academic neglect. The history of African animation is often understudied and marginalized in global animation and film studies. This perpetuates a core periphery model that ignores the diversity of non-Western animation traditions. Another challenge is censorship. Animators have historically had to hide critiques to evade colonial and post-colonial regimes, suppressing overt socialist works. Cultural representation also remains a contentious issue. Some view Afroanime as diluting pure traditions via Asian influences, sparking debates about authenticity. Funding and access gaps also persist. The reliance on Western platforms like Kickstarter raises concerns about neocolonialism, while the dearth of infrastructure in non-South African regions limits growth. However, the future of African animation looks bright. With a growing pool of talented animators, increasing access to technology, and a growing demand for African stories, the industry is poised for continued growth and success. As more African animators gain international recognition, they will inspire future generations and help to shape the global animation landscape. The story of African animation is a story of resilience, creativity, and cultural pride. It's a story that deserves to be told and celebrated. We hope this documentary has shed light on the hidden origins and incredible potential of African animation. What other hidden histories should we explore?